Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. Now, guys, apology, I wasn't able to make the match reaction right after the game ended. I did have some things to do, but I will be talking now about the match, and then unfortunately, some very bad news in regards to Marc Bernal. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Barcelona's 2-1 victory over Rayo Vallecano. Now, as I did, say before, Rayo Vallecano going away from home, it's a very difficult test. Barcelona, they haven't won there in a couple years. Rayo Vallecano, they always make these games intense. It's always a game, where you can drop points. But Hansi Flick, for tonight's match, he opted to line up with Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Gerard Martin over Alejandro Balde. He opted to give Balde some rest. Inigo Martinez, Pau Cubarsi, Koundé. And, other than the inclusion of Gerard Martin, he basically started the same lineup that he started against Athletic Club and against Valencia, just other, the exception of Marc Casado. But, strong lineup. Hansi Flick went, as strong as he possibly could, with the exception of Gerard Martin. And in the first half, guys, Barcelona, they started relatively poor. They started poor. Rayo Vallecano, they were putting Barcelona under a lot of pressure. They managed to create tons of chances. And funny enough, Rayo Vallecano, they actually got ahead in the scoreline. They scored off of I would say a relatively poor shot because these are routine shots that keepers do make, but ter Stegen was beat yet again in his near post, and this is something that I've said throughout many videos. But ter Stegen, this should be ter Stegen's last season at Barcelona. Ter Stegen has been a liability for Barcelona for many seasons, and it's absolutely unbelievable that ter Stegen is viewed as an untouchable in this squad, and he's been given so much faith. He's a player who has costed Barcelona so much over the years, and he's the first team captain. It's unbelievable. Ter Stegen beat at his near post yet again, and this is the angle right here in which Rayo Vallecano, they were able to score. And it's not where I believe it's Unai Lopez who scores. It's not where Lopez gets an extremely hard fast shot low. No, it's something like that. It's a routine shot. Ter Stegen, he gets a hand to it, but ter Stegen being ter Stegen, being an actual hologram, he gets beat, and Rayo Vallecano take the lead. But then it's after that in which Barcelona, they were able to grow into the game. They started to control things. They limited Rayo Vallecano to a couple of chances. Barcelona, they do equalize, do a fantastic action from Pedri. And Pedri, in that second half was absolutely brilliant. He was magic. And, that change happened with the inclusion of Dani Olmo in halftime. Dani Olmo absolutely changed things up in that second half. He brought life, he brought dynamism, and he scored. He scored on his debut. That's absolutely fantastic for Dani Olmo. And he was creating tons and tons of chances. And something that I really don't like, guys, is as soon as Dani Olmo came on, he created this chance right here. And as you can see, the Rayo Vallecano defender, I believe it is Lejeune, he puts his feet, as you can see right there, in between Dani Olmo's legs. He beats him, and that isn't called a penalty. Soto Grado doesn't even go to look at it. But then, for example, when in this goal, with Barcelona score through Lewandowski, you see, as right here, Koundé gets a slight touch on Pep Chavarria, and Soto Grado, he goes, he looks at the VAR, and he calls that off. And then it's not only that, but it was also this action right here. You see the Rayo Vallecano defender handball, touch the ball with his hand, and yet nothing was called. Soto Grado, one of the referees that have absolutely messed up Barcelona and have screwed them up in the past, but that's La Liga refereeing. La Liga refereeing is not good. But looking at the match, guys, looking at how things went, the second half was much better than the first. The inclusion of Dani Olmo just brought so much life and so much dynamism. And that's simply because, due to the starting lineup in which Hansi Flick, he did opt for, there was no threat on the left-hand side. With Gerard Martin being a more defensive fullback, and with Ferran Torres liking to basically cut inside, there was no outlet on that left wing or on the left-hand side whatsoever. Balde, is that player who gives you that width on that left hand side, but that just wasn't the case. And so, whenever Barcelona did attack, they attacked through Lamine Yamal's side, Juice Kunde on the overlap, but that made things very easy for Rayo Vallecano to defend. And it wasn't until that second half with the inclusion of Dani Olmo that. I was about to say Xavi, that Hansi Flick was able to move Raphinha out wide, replace Ferran Torres, and then have Dani Olmo in that 10. And Dani Olmo, he had a fantastic cameo, guys. He was absolutely amazing. He had multiple shots on goal. He hit the crossbar once, multiple little fantastic turns and everything. And Dani Olmo, he's going to be, an impressive signing. But the thing about Dani Olmo, it wasn't his quality that was, called into question. It was always, is he a necessity? Because Barcelona, they have gaps throughout the squad. And when we talk about right now, when we talk about Marc Bernal, we talk about one of the negatives of the game. It's that's something that we do have to address. The gaping holes in our squad. But then Yomo, he did give some words after the match, and he said, "I'm a player who always looks to score and have opportunities. Lamine found me very well, and I was able to score. Very happy." And another assist for Lamine Yamal, guys. Lamine Yamal is having a fantastic start to the season. Either scoring or giving an assist, and just 17 years old, absolutely fantastic. Daniel Olmo continues and he says, "I always celebrate when I score. We talked to Lamine that if I scored, we would do it together. And that's what happened. I dedicated to my family as well." And that was a celebration that he did. And the last thing he says, "We are prepared for everything. We never give up. We push and go for it until the 100th minute, like today, until the last moment." And they also asked him, where does he usually like to play? He says, "Today I play behind the striker, but I can also play on either wing. I will play wherever the coach wants to play me." And, Daniel Olmo is going to be a very important piece in Hansi Flick's system, in that number 10 role. He's definitely going to have to roll the play. Oh, and also, guys, something that I forgot to say, guys, how is this not a red? I was looking on social media and everything, because I was having a discussion on the watch along, but this challenge on Pedri, that has to be a red, man. That has to be a red. You could have legit broken Pedri's leg, and the Rayo Vallecano defender was only given a yellow for that, which is unbelievable. But now, guys, the big topic of tonight's match. Even though Barcelona did win and they had, a good performance in the second half, a sort of a lackluster performance in the first, we have to talk about Marc Bernal, guys, because Marc Bernal, unfortunately, he has torn his ACL. In the final minutes of the match, he gets into, I would say, a duel with EC. And in a clash, in a normal clash, in a 50-50 duel, Marc Bernal, he tore his ACL, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Of course, these tests are going to be done tomorrow and on Wednesday. We're going to get confirmation, everything like that. But our early signs is that Marc Bernal has torn his ACL. This is absolutely gutting. In the performance where we're supposed to be talking, hey, Barcelona, they got a victory in a stadium that's extremely difficult. Dani Olmo, he debuts. He has, a fantastic goal to win Barcelona the match. No, we have to talk about Marc Bernal, because Marc Bernal, he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And Marc Bernal, the star of the preseason, the star of the season as of right now, having such a brilliant emergence. And we were thinking, hey, we found our Busquets regen. He's going to be our pivot for the season. We don't need to go out in the market. That's been absolutely, in flames. It's been engulfed in flames. And now Barcelona, they're in injury crisis. Barcelona are 100% in injury crisis, because when you look at the options in that midfield, we are absolutely light. And this guy's right here. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. But this is Marc Bernal leaving the stadium, and as you can see right there, he's on crutches, man. Marc Bernal leaving on crutches, and that's a sign that you do not want to see. Hopefully, we see some more positive news. But all the major outlets, Fabrizio Romano, Juan Marti, FF Pipolo, all of them are saying that, and even Hansi Flick in his post-match conference, he said that things are not good. The signs, they're not really good. And missing Marc Bernal is going to be a huge blow, guys. You also had Pedri trying to cheer him up. He says, "Cheer up, Mark. You're very good, and you'll come back stronger." And you also have Gavi right here, says, "I know that it's difficult, but I'm sure that you'll come back as strong as an animal. We are all with you." And that's just the Barcelona teammates giving Bernal some support. But This is just like, for example, if Pau Cubarsi, when he first debuted, or Lamine Yamal getting an injury, or even Gavi, for example. That's the level that Marc Bernal was reaching, and the importance that he was having in the team. And it's going to be a monumental blow for Barcelona, guys. Because now when we talk about what options Hansi Flick has at his disposal, he only has two fit midfielders able to play in that base of the midfield. And now, why do I say that? Because you can say, hey, Dani Olmo's a midfielder, Fermin is a midfielder. But the thing is, even Paulo Torre, for example, but the thing is, those three players, they're not, players that you'd want at that base of the midfield. You want them to be more attacking. You want to be to play them as a 10. They're attacking midfielders. It's simple as that. Pedri and Marc are only fit options. And not only about that, you have Gavi injured, who's recovering from an ACL. Frankie de Jong, God knows when he's coming back. Araujo injured until December. Christensen, God knows how long, 1 to 2 months, 2 to 4 months. We don't know. You have Eric Garcia, who also just recently picked up a foot injury. We don't know when he's going to be, coming back. And so already at the start of the season, just 3 games in, Barcelona, they're in an injury crisis. We have no options in that midfield. And the thing is, I don't think that Barcelona are going to be going out into the market, because Marc Bernal, he is registered with the B team. He isn't registered with the first team. And so Marc Bernal's injury, it isn't going to free up that much salary space. And so Barcelona, they don't really have options to go into the midfield. And the thing is, which players are we actually going to be able to go out towards and sign in the market? What options are enticing, what options are affordable, and which options are going to be giving Barcelona quality? And so Barcelona now, they're just going to be relying on La Masia, and hopefully La Masia can bail us out. Hopefully another youngster can come up and emerge. But for this weekend, that in that base of the midfield, it's going to be Pedri and Marc, because if not, Hansi Flick is going to have to experiment. Maybe try I don't know, a Gerard Martin in that pivot role. I literally have no idea. Barcelona, they only have two fit midfielders able to play in that base in the field. Fermin Lopez, he's not going to work there. It's just simple. He that profile is just not suited for him. Dani Olmo, the same thing. He's a 10. He's not a CDM. And Paulo Torre, basically the same thing. Those three players, you want someone to defend. You want someone who is able to cover ground. And, it's absolutely gut-wrenching. And so I hope Marc Bernal a speedy recovery, but he's going to be out for the entirety of the season, 10 to 12 months. And it's a monumental blow for Barcelona. It's just, we can't have anything. We can't have anything. We can't be happy for one day. And it's sad. It's sad. We wish Marc Bernal all the best, and hopefully he gets better. And it's just a freak accident in which caused him to get injured. It's not the club overplaying him. He just started the season. He played 3 games. It's literally an impact on the knee. It's simple as that. And it's gut-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching. But guys, what are your thoughts on Barcelona's 2-1 victory over Rayo Vallecano? Tomorrow, I want to talk the game about in a little bit more detail, talking about the standout players. Right now, I'm just giving you my raw reaction of the game. Barcelona, they get the win over Rayo Vallecano. We struggled in that first half. Ter Stegen, absolutely diabolical goalkeeping for that goal that we do concede. Another reason why he should be, I would say it's basically this season should be Ter Stegen's last season. It's as simple as that. I was trying to find like a nice way to say Ter Stegen should be, ending the season, but no, it's as simple as that. Ter Stegen last season at Barcelona. And you also had Marc Bernal impress, which makes it even worse. You said Dani Olmo, his impressive cameo, and Pedri as well, being vital in the goal. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on Barcelona's 2-1 victory over Rayo Vallecano, and as well, Marc Bernal tearing his ACL. Absolutely awful news. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.